Oh, we're on. All right. Excuse me. I was just adoring, going back, thinking, reminiscing, knowing what the WWE used to be, the storylines, the characters, the pay-per-views, the championships, the icons, the memorable moments, the Monday Night Raws, the SmackDowns, the larger-than-life characters, the personas. If you want to really relive the WWE in its greatest form, when it was good, when it was the in thing, when it was the cool thing to be a WWE fan, when you weren't afraid to walk into school with a t-shirt on representing and knowing that you were a WWE fan, whether Hulk Hogan, The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, hell, all the way up to Ruthless Aggression, John Cena, Randy Orton. It's pretty cool, I guess, to wear a Dean Ambrose shirt. But this is where it's all contained. This was what was great. This is what was compelling. This is what was intriguing. And when I look at this book and I look at all the moments and I look at all the superstars like Bob Backlund, superstar Billy Graham, you look at all the eras, you look at all the entities, you look at the owners, you look at the Hulkamania era, the Austin era, the Ruthless Aggression era, and then we come to the reality era, the PG era. We come to an era that can't be explained. The origins can't be expressed. We come to an era where, quite frankly, the WWE is not WWE. The WWE in 2015, 2016, it's off to a bumpy start. It's off to a very rough start. The personalities, the characters, the ratings, the developments, the creative. Maybe Vince McMahon himself. Hell, maybe even Triple H has something to do. I don't know. It's a little backwards. The logic, the strategy, the commitment, and I look at this book, and you look at this book, and you look at all the significant moments, and you look at all the matches, and you look at all the building of pay-per-views, and the building blocks, and the strategy. You got guys like Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart. You got Diesel. You got the mighty Yokozuna. When they actually used to write storylines the right way. When there was actually, a rhyme, a rhythm to the reason. The Monday Night Wars, the ratings. There is no war. There is no fight. There is no effort to be put in. I mean, of course, the revolutionary attitude era, the attitude era. I mean, it's almost like I don't want to look at this book, because you look at this book, all right. You look at this book and you see 50 years, celebrating now over 50 years of WWE. And you sit back and you watch Monday Night Raw, and it's like a whole different program for all the wrong reasons. I don't know how the WWE got to be this way. We can talk about PG rating, we can talk about burials. You can talk about a variety of different things, but ladies and gentlemen, right here may be the most staggering stat, and this may be what changes the game, ladies and gentlemen. Right there, you may want to read that. I don't know if you can see what she's saying there, but it says, Michelle D. Wilson, who is the chief marketing officer, says, we needed to be more mainstream, which is fine. The WWE is making more money than they ever have, okay? And the best way to do that was to be PG. Now, that's when everyone says the WWE turned the corner. That's when everyone says the WWE went downhill. That's when everyone says the WWE was never the same. They were never able to recover from that. They're PG. Well, they were PG in the Attitude Era. They were PG to a point. They were giving away content that, related to kids, to adults, that 18 to 49 demographic. There is still a major portion in the 18 to 49 demographic that watch Monday Night Raw. I know that's hard to believe, but that's also my kids. That's your kids. That's kids coming up. That's, youngsters. That's teens. They're watching the product, and, these kids that are growing up nowadays, they just don't understand how good we had it. They don't understand just how epic it was to sit back and know that you were going to have a Monday Night Raw that put you on the edge of your seat. We were spoiled. I'm going to admit, we were spoiled back in the day, the 80s, the 90s, even up to about 2006, 2007, even some portions of 2008. 2009 wasn't too bad. Then 2010, 11 was good. Then 12, 13, 14, 15. Listen, it's been more bad than good. All right. Listen, I'm not here to take anything away from the superstars. I'm not here to take anything away from the in-ring work. It's just the way the product is run. It's business as usual. And, you know, the WWE just keeps going through the same repertoire, the same plan, the same strategy, if there is even a strategy. It's dulled down. The WWE is very watered down. I mean, they take that PG and they've really made it into G-rated content. I mean, they have taken a formula and they have simplified it so much that it's unbearable, that it's dull, that it's boring, that it's hard to sit through a 3-hour Monday Night Raw. Now imagine if we were getting 3-hour Monday Night Raws in the Attitude Era. We had something to work with. We had something creative. We had minds. We had commitment. We had dedication. You know, you had all these different ingredients added in that made for a blockbuster monumental Raw. But you look at this and, you know, you think about all the great times. You think about what the WWE used to be, what the WWE was good for. And now you ask yourself, what is the WWE good for now? Match after match after match after match. Anybody can book match after match after match. And what we've been getting on Monday Night Raw, the way that the Royal Rumble has been built up, and this is not a knock on the superstars. This is not a knock on, oh, well, Sean, this is wrestling. The word wrestling is in it, yes. But you also have to know that it's called entertainment. You need that entertainment factor in there with storylines and, you know, the way to build up a story, why two guys are fighting, why they're, you know, fighting over a championship, the importance and the intrigue of guy A going against guy B, instead of just setting up match after match. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, you know, it's to a point where I don't know what to say. I don't know what direction to go in. WWE, I understand they're publicly traded. I understand that there's, you know, they have to adhere to some rules and regulations. But for God's sakes, for Pete's sakes, I mean, and I understand there's no competition. There's no TNA running down their backs. There's no ROH. There's no WCW. There's no ECW. The WWE is the number one entity, and that's why I think they have that room to not go outside the box and not take chances and, you know, have an opportunity, but then it just fizzles out. You know, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, I'm watching the WWE, and you're looking at a fan. You're looking at a fan in me. I've poured my heart out, all my money. You know, I have the WWE Network. I primarily just watch it for the pay-per-views because it's $9.99 instead of paying $49.99 for just a replay of Monday Night Raw is pretty much what it is. It's hard. It's tough to get into. I never thought that I would say in 2016 that the WWE was tough to get into. When you go from the 80s, the boom period, the Attitude Era, the Ruthless Aggression period with the John Cenas and the Eddie Guerreros, you had the JBLs, you had the Booker T's. You know, when you go from the Undertaker, Kane, Stone Cold, The Rock, Brock Lesnar, you know, when you go from that, an exciting cruiserweight division, when you go from that and you go from this, all right? And you get I don't know this you get this now. It's like we're living in a nightmare. It's like this isn't real, although this is the reality period. I don't know why the WWE cannot recreate the same magic and have that same aura and have that same effect. They just choose to stay in that 3-point whatever range every Monday night. Go through the drill, go through the motions, and they're happy with that. And that's justifiably so. That's justified. That's good. I don't know. You know, I have a lot of passion for the WWE. I that fan in me, that kid in me that doesn't want to go away, that doesn't want to stop watching. And then I get told, well, Sean, if you don't like the product, if you don't like Raw, if you don't like what the WWE is producing, well, then just don't watch the damn show. That is the most lamest, dumbest, ass-backwards statement and opinion and comment I have ever heard. If you think you're going to tell me a fan... listen, I'm going to come on here and tell you my thoughts. Whether you agree or not, I'm going to come walking that line. I'm going to tell you the bottom line. The bottom line is I'm going to come on here and tell you when I like something, and I'm going to come on here and I'm going to tell you when I like something or agree with something or think the WWE is not doing the right thing. Now, I'm not saying that I could fix the WWE. I'm not saying that I should be on the creative team. I'm not, although I do book Monday Night Raw on occasions, but it's just the WWE could be doing a hell of a lot better than what they're doing now. And I think if fans like me or fans like you offered their expertise and their opinions, I'm not saying everyone's right. I'm not saying that they should listen to everybody, but I think I don't know what the creative team's thinking. I don't know what's going through their mind. I don't know what justifies them to give this content. I don't even know how they can confirm this and say, okay, this is what Raw is going to be tonight. When they go through the plans and the show and the scripts and what they're lined up for the night and say, well, yeah, we're going to go with this. I don't. And not only do they sometimes not only go with the script, they actually sometimes change the script on the fly. They go in a different direction, and Raw still ends up sucking. How does that happen? Why? If you want a real good glimpse and real look into what the WWE used to be, what it was good for, I suggest pick this up by the WWE Network. And quite frankly, although I'm going to keep watching and I'm going to give my critiques, listen, it's not all bad, okay? Listen, it's not all sour grapes, okay? The WWE is going to keep going. The WWE is going to keep producing. They're going to keep making. They're going to keep making money. They're going to keep, they've blown up on social media, okay? There's no doubt about it. The WWE is in a good way, all right? They're on the USA Network. SmackDown and Raw are on the USA Network now. But, there needs to be a continuity. There needs to be consistency. And that's and give us a reason to watch Monday Night Raw every week, and get us invested into the pay-per-views. Why are we getting at the pay-per-view? What's going to make us want to watch the pay-per-view? There's just so many damn questions. There is more questions than answers if you're a WWE fan in 2016, and that's just the way it is. There's so many holes in the product. There's just so many things that I quite frankly don't. I don't get. I don't know if the WWE is trying to troll us. I don't know if they're trying to make us to be out like a bunch of idiots. But, I guess I'll continue being an idiot watching the show each and every week until something happens, until change. Because you see, when we had, characters like Doink the Clown and Abe Knuckleball Schwartz and Duke the Dumpster Drozy, and guys like that, we didn't think there would be a turnaround. We didn't think the WWE could bounce back from that. We thought the WWE was going to go out of business. And then there was this major turnaround. There was a revolution. There was an era. There was a reason for the WWE to push the limit, push those buttons. And now the WWE aren't pushing those buttons because they are not pressured. That's another thing. The WWE is not pressured. In this book, many of the moments and matches and storylines and significance of importance, the WWE was pushed. The WWE had no other alternative. The WWE had to turn the page. Now, they're just staying on one page, and that's it. That's the game plan. Stay on one page. Don't turn the page. Don't look back. Don't look ahead. Stay on that one page. And then they're just stuck. The WWE is stuck in a rut right now. I quite frankly don't understand it. I don't think I'll ever understand it. It's almost as if I'm sad that I got older because I'm recognizing all the mistakes, all the blunders, all the wrongdoings, all the ass-backward judgments, all, the booking, the strategy, the creative. I guess all I can do is just keep looking and reading of the magnificent, prolific stars that made the WWE what it was. Bret Hart and Stone Cold at WrestleMania. Lex Luger. You had Monday Night Raw, the Monday Night Nitro. It's Hulk Hogan, Chris Jericho, Degeneration X. I mean, the King of the Ring, Survivor Series, Royal Rumble, the Monday Night Wars. It was all highlighted. It was all here. It was that this book was the time to be a wrestling fan. Would I? I always get asked the question. Some new fans they'll subscribe to me here on YouTube and they'll ask the question, Sean, would you? This is tough. This is actually tough for me to Would you recommend? They ask me, Sean, would you recommend WWE and why? And I really don't have an answer for that. If this were 10 years ago, I'd have an answer. I'd have a variety of different answers. I recommend the WWE to you. But until there's change, until the WWE faces the consequences, until the WWE gets out of their comfort zone, I have no answer for you. And quite frankly, I don't have a recommendation for you. I'm going to continue watching, but it's the phase, it's the transitions, and I'm hoping we see another transition. Subscribe.